What's going on? Welcome into a Terrible Football Show, Episode 3. I'm your host, Alex Light with Sparky3. Hopefully you're having an incredible day. I hope you're having an incredible day because you just stumbled upon this garbage-ass show. We're about to make the day a little bit worse or maybe a little bit better because you just get a laugh about how bad our opinions are and everything going on in the world of football. Got a very special week this week because I got my boy, my co-host, Tyler. I actually have him here in studio, not over the phone. Tyler, how you feeling? How you feeling being in this new studio? You've been in studio with me like last year or whatever when I had my little makeshift studio, but now you're in the legit Sparky3 studio. How you feeling?
Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Hey, it's pretty dandy, man. I need to give me one of these.
Yeah, it's a nice last studio. We just upgraded our mics recently. We got some Rode pod mics. Shout out to Sweetwater. I love those guys over there. They are phenomenal to talk with and help you with all of your audio needs. Not sponsored, but I just want to give them a plug there. So for this episode today, ladies and gentlemen, we do have weeks 2 into the NFL and week 3 of college to go over. We got our predictions. Let's see how we did. Tyler, you had a pretty good week in college this weekend. You went 3-0 in your college picks. Shout out to that. I went 2-1. We're going to see how much we can continue to bounce back. I bounced back in the NFL picks. Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Injury Sunday, man. Lots of injuries across the board. We got some good stuff to talk about involving the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, Tom, talk about your Buffalo Bills. Zach Wilson up in New York. Some more Urban Meyer talk. You talk about the Raiders a little bit, man. We got some good conversation points for this week, but make sure to give us a like on this video if you're watching on youtube.com/Sparky3. Make sure to react whatever platform you're listening to this on. Give us a follow. We'd greatly appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. Go follow us at Twitter @TerribleFBShow, where you can see me and Tyler put up some fantasy locks every single week. Which, Tyler, we need to start tracking these locks. We need to start tracking these and see how many we hit and miss. Because I know for mine, I had some pretty good hits. But by God, did I have some misses too. The people I said to sit and start, I had made some misses, but I had some good hits too. We need to start tracking these. So like I said, make sure you follow us @TerribleFBShow on Twitter. Let's keep growing that Twitter channel. We greatly appreciate that. And if you're into video games, you're into anime and manga, I do have 2 other podcasts, Lighthearted Gamers and AniMan Plus, that I definitely recommend for you to go check out. And lastly, if you want to support us further, the Patreon's a great way to do so. But don't feel obligated. Be a friend. Tell a friend that you're listening to the show, and we can call it good there. With that, Todd, man, you ready to jump into it? You ready to get into it for the week?
Might as well, man. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. All right, so our previous week predictions. Let's get into it. So I went 11-5, man. I had a pretty good week. I think that's what you went last week. I had a very good noon. My noon slate, I went 8-1. But a fucking course. Of course, my one loss was me picking the Bengals over the Bears. Picking the Bengals over my team. The Bears had to spite me this week. I could have gone a perfect 9-0, but it is what it is, right? That does bring me to a 19-13 overall record for my NFL picks. For college, I did go 2-1. That brings me to a 2-4 college record. I'm not hitting it with the college yet, but we'll see if we can bounce back. But hey, shout out to the fact that I did call Michigan State beating the shit out of Miami.
Hell yeah.
I did call that. I mean, my thing about it was, man, Michigan has shown me reasons why they're a good team. Miami has shown me no reasons why they're a good team. That was my thing. I just don't think I know you tagged me in that little video of that safety that was coming up on the guy running the ball and who literally just went the other direction, like almost like a Madden glitch. I mean, man, we got some problems down in Miami that we got to sort out. And then for you went 9-7 in the NFL. You're 20-12. I'm right there on your ass. Like I said, you did go 3-0 in college. And that 3-0 did include you predicting that Washington would beat Arkansas State, but I think you predicted 31, but instead it was like what, 50-something to 3.
It was 52-3.
Yeah.
So I said it would be 51-20, I think.
Yeah. I mean, bottom line is you predicted they were going to get beat by 31 points. Yep. That was your original prediction, so we're going to call that good. So you went 3-0 and you're 3-3 overall. We got to work on these college picks. Since we're predicting so little games, we got to get better on this. We got to figure things out, man.
You got to pick them games you know you're going to win.
Yeah, that's right. Well, see, I'm trying to call some upsets. I thought I had one going there with Purdue and Notre Dame. They were kind of keeping a little close there for a little bit, and then Notre Dame just kind of took away with it. But it is what it is. Talking about college, so one conversation point that we had last week is about Urban Meyer and if he's going to maybe take the USC job, if he's going to just ditch and go to a college job in general. Well, of course, as you would expect that he would. He did recently say in an interview that he is committed to Jacksonville and that he is committed to building that team. Man, do you buy that shit? Because I don't buy it at all. I mean, if the dude doesn't bounce in midseason like a Bobby Petrino, he's at least bounced after 1 year like Nick Saban. I mean, do you buy that he's committed? Because I don't buy it in a single bit.
Nah, he let Tebow go. He's not committed at all. Like
that's fair. You let his boy go.
Hey, he has nothing. He has no ties there. I mean, Trevor, but shit, Trevor looking like Josh Rosen right now.
Oh, come on! Don't do that to Trevor. That's too much. I know we're a terrible show, but come on, man. That's a little much.
Actually, man, Josh Rosen did a little bit better than him right now. So.
Oh, come on. Hey, man. Trevor's in a rough situation, man. He's got no O-line. That's his big problem right now is that he has no O-line. I mean, he's got Brandon Linder at center. I think I can't remember one of the guards' names. Brandon Linder's, man, he's a good center for him, but man, he just has no O-line. I mean, that's what. And then the defense is struggling. They got Miles Jack back there. That's dope and all, but I mean, what else do they have on defense? You know what I mean? This cornerback they drafted, I think it was C.J. Henderson in 2019 or 2020 draft. They were already looking to fucking trade his ass. Because it just how much he just didn't look like an NFL player, basically. Their other first-round pick, obviously, Travis, was injured and out for the year. He's got some good weapons, I feel like, on offense with Marvin Jones and DJ, and I can't remember the other receiver they got. Shellnut.
Laviska.
Yeah. I feel like he's got some good weapons there, and I personally like James Robinson, but, man, just that O-line, Trevor's fucked, in my opinion, in terms of O-line. And then, I feel like also just the coaching staff as well. I feel like Urban didn't put together a top-notch coaching staff. And just from watching the couple games, because I have tuned into both Jacksonville games so far, it just feels like Urban's really trying to run a college offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna. I mean, I get that if you're behind by a shit ton, you don't have much of a choice but to pass consistently. But if you're passing on all three of your downs, like, what are you trying to play Madden right now? Like, what are you doing? This isn't you can't go blow out a team like you did at Ohio State. It don't work like that in the NFL. But no, I don't buy it at all, man. He'll be one and done. If it'll be interesting to see if he does take that USC job. Because I know Eric Bieniemy, OC of Kansas City, did say that is the one college job that he would be interested in. So it'll be very interesting to see if Urban ends up taking it. But at the same time, like you got to think, I saw some people point this out. Urban had the opportunity to take that job years ago, and he still didn't. But I don't know. Urban's one and done in Jacksonville, hands down.
Yeah. 100%.
Hands down. Let's talk about your Bills, man. What's going on up there in Buffalo? I mean, you guys looked sloppy. I mean, you guys got the win. It was a dominant win, right? 35-0.
Yep.
But you guys still almost like even though it's 35-0 and we're sitting here saying that it looks sloppy, like what's going on, man? Like your offense it started to click in the second half, but like I don't know what's going on up there in your mind.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is the fans. We got to get adjusted to them.
Right.
Like, because all last year was breaking records and stuff. That was with no fans.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh, he's got to get back in his groove with having fans there. So they'll pick it up here eventually. But I'm just glad we played Miami and didn't start out 0-2.
Oh, yeah, I know. That 35-0 beatdown, man, that's built some confidence.
Hey, that's whenever you just take your frustration out.
Yeah.
That's the best team to play right there.
Right. Well, still talking about, another team here in your AFC East, Zach Wilson with the Jets, man, he did not look good against New England. His first two passes, both interceptions. Okay. Then he threw two more later on in the game as well. I mean, if you look at history, man, New England is, that is always a tough team to play against for a young quarterback with how that defensive scheme works. They can run so many different, fronts, where they can have 3 down, 4 down, whatever the case is going to be. Like they're always hopping around, whatever. So it's always been tough, always for a young QB to go in there. But man, with Zach, with how much he struggled against New England, are you worried for Zach Wilson? In the Jets, or are you just saying, it's New England. I mean, he'll bounce back.
Yeah, kind of that. Kind of, it's the Jets. I mean, what else do you expect?
Yeah,
it happens. Eventually he'll learn how to figure it out. But New England, they're 20 plus years dominating.
Right.
They're not just gonna change because Tom Brady left.
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick's still the coach.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Matt Patricia, of course, the DC, experienced DC there for New England. Had a failed head coaching gig, but he's still good DC nonetheless.
Detroit, what you expect?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, I got hope for Dan Campbell. I do. I like the energy that guy brings, man. He is fun to watch.
That man is hyped right there.
He is always hyped, dude. That's the kind of energy that you need for the Detroit Lions.
Man, it makes me want to go Starbucks, get his drinks just to feel how hyped he is every day.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But man, that's some nasty looking stuff that he gets. Straight black, tall, extra shots. My heart can't take it, man. I can't even take a dang bang. You talking about all that caffeine? No, can't do it.
You can't take a bang, but that's why we drink G Fuel Energy.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why we drink some G Fuel Energy in this household, ladies and gentlemen.
Top my cup up a little later.
Yeah, I got you. I'm rocking like 30 flavors here in my house. I just recently got the black and red ooze, the Venom and Carnage flavor, black cherry and sour black cherry. Pretty fire. I've been doing some mixes to try to experiment. It's a good time, man. That's why we drink G Fuel Energy here in this household for Spark E3.
Oh, man, I only got 2 flavors. I really can't mix mine. So.
Oh, I mean, fair. fair.
Snow cone and eye shatter. Come on now. You can't really make nothing out of that.
I mean, you could. It'd be pretty solid. I mean, let's be real. It's a blue strawberry and some snow cone action. Yeah, I'd mix that. Have you tried it?
No, I only got
give it a shot.
Man, I only got 2 tubs. I can't waste it.
I mean, it's not wasting. It's just half and half, man. Come on.
What if it tastes like Dookie?
Well, that sounds like a you problem, but I guarantee that it won't. I'll try it for you. How's that?
Hey, sounds good.
I'll try it and I'll let you know. But no, I'm also with you in terms of Zach Wilson. I mean, it's against the Patriots. It's the Jets. This is to be expected. But, man, he had a tough time. Hopefully he can bounce back. But, when it comes to the Jets, dude, he just doesn't have a whole lot going on. They're putting the pieces around him slowly but surely. They have Mekhi Becton, of course, who, did get injured, I believe, week 1. And we're going to talk about that here shortly. They drafted AJT. Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yep.
They did draft him, and that's going to be a good piece there. For receivers, Chowder. I mean, he's all right, man. But Corey Davis, I think Corey Davis can really start to turn into a stud. We'll see what happens out of the running back, field back there with Michael Carter. We'll see if he can become something. But I feel like the Jets, they do have potential. It's just going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some more pieces being put into place. And speaking of pieces being put into place, man, it was Fields' time in Chicago. As a Bears fan here, you got to talk about it. Andy Dalton tweaked his knee. I think it was in the second quarter, and Justin Fields came in. If you look at the stat sheet, Justin didn't do too hot. I mean, he didn't. You look at the stat sheet, I think he was like 5 for 12 or something, less than 100 yards. I think he had 1 pick maybe. He didn't look over hot in the stat sheet. And there were a couple times where it's just like, okay, these are rookie mistakes. Like, he got a couple penalties called on him early in the second half. He made a couple of bad throws, but man, he also had some lasers. He had some great throws out there. There was one that was unfortunately dropped by Allen Robinson, which never happens. That man does not drop passes. And even Allen, was pretty upset that he dropped that TD pass. I mean, that was a good throw there. He had a really good throw over to Marquise Goodwin as well in like the second or third quarter. Some good passes to Darnell Mooney. I mean, the guy was slinging it. He was putting it where it needed to be. But it's just one of those things when you come into a game, when you come in mid-game, you're a rookie quarterback. It takes some time to get settled in. You know what I mean? It takes some time to get settled in. Matt Nagy did say that the playbook was wide open for him. If that's the case, I don't feel like we saw much of Justin if that was the case. But, when it comes to this, we're going to get to see more of Justin in here in the next few weeks because Andy's going to have to sit for a month. Apparently he's got like a bone bruise and it kind of messes with the cartilage a little bit, which that is of course important for knee movement. So, Andy is set to set back for about a month, and it's Justin Fields' time in Chicago going into week 3. I would have preferred it be week 4 against the Lions. It's the Lions, come on. But going into the Browns, that defense is pretty tough. I will be curious to see how Justin does. I'm scared. I'm hopeful, but Justin did show some promise in that first game. And one thing I also liked in his press conference, and I saw some people picking fun at this, is the people picked fun at it with Mitchell Trubisky, where it's just like people with someone ask like Mitch, like, hey, what went wrong, and Mitch would just be like, I got to go watch film and I'll let you know. Yep. In Justin's case, he was just like, well, they were running like cover 0. They were doing this, they were doing that, blah, blah. Justin immediately had the answers of what they were doing, what they had going on. So that was cool. It shows off his intelligence, shows how much he's been preparing, and this guy's ready to go. I mean, this guy's ready to go at all times. I mean, you watch week 1, you watch the first quarter in week 2, this man throughout the whole game, that helmet stays on. He's standing on the sidelines. He's ready to go. Helmet on, ready to rock and rumble. And also, shout out to Andy Dalton, man. Andy Dalton's a class act. After Andy, was on the sideline for a while, Andy was, man, he was really, really cheering Justin on. So shout out to Andy, class act. I'm glad we got him up in Chicago. I really am. I liked Andy back in TCU days. I've always been a supporter of his quietly in Cincinnati. So I like him being this mentor for Justin. He's being like number one fan for Justin right now. This is, which is what you want. That's what you want out of your veteran quarterback who's helping your future star young guy. So, shout out to Andy. Hopefully the knee comes back better than ever. I will say we may not see Andy back on the field though.
Nah, yeah, he's probably done for the year.
Yeah, I would say it ultimately just depends on how Justin does, obviously, but I feel like if Justin just plays average, Justin's not getting taken out. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no.
If he just plays average these next 4 weeks, Justin's not going back to the bench. Not in my mind, especially when you're in a situation that Pace and Nagy's in where it's like they're kind of on the hot seat. You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey, this year you better get something done, at least back to the playoffs. That's kind of the mindset.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes up in Chicago. Let's talk about some guys who have been playing fucking really well, but they haven't really been talked about as much. One guy has, for sure. And that's, first up, let's talk about, Teddy Bridgewater, man. That Denver team is honestly a pretty solid squad. Now, granted, they've had a pretty easy schedule, to start the season. Let's be real. The Jets, the Jags, I think, are this week, right? The Jets are this week. They played the Giants. That's who it was. And then the Jags. So I mean, they've had an easy schedule to start the year for sure. But man, Teddy's playing really well. I mean, Teddy's playing the Pro Bowl Teddy of old that we knew up in Minnesota. 'Cause Teddy did go to one Pro Bowl up there before he got that unfortunate injury. And man, this team's looking good. The defense we know is rocking and rolling. That looks like a top-tier defense. Even Von Miller said, hey, this is the first time I've really felt good about the team since Peyton is here. Which shot at Drew Lock on that one. That's a shot. That is a shot at Drew Lock for sure. But no, Teddy's playing really well, man. And then, of course, the other one, that this one's really gaining a lot more steam. And I feel like this one's gaining steam because of where he came from and his high draft status. Man, Sam Darnold is balling in Carolina right now.
Got to, man.
Dude, he is proving that, hey, it was not me, it was New York.
Exactly.
I was worth that number 3 overall pick.
Yep.
I know you're a Darnold supporter, man. How you feeling about how he's playing? How are you feeling with where Carolina's at right now?
Man, I love it because, like, the Jets, they wanted to blame Darnold for not having success. Darnold's just over here, he's just giving them a middle finger, man. He's like, I tried to tell y'all, and y'all would not listen. It is not me. It is the Jets organization.
Right.
And having C-Mac in the backfield, oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, look at the running backs he's had up in New York. I mean, he had Frank Gore, obviously a legendary Hall of Fame running back, but he's at the tail end of his career, so he's not what he was, obviously.
Probably not.
What?
Probably not. He's probably going to keep playing.
I mean, yeah, he's going to keep playing. I mean, if he can, he will, for sure. But, I mean, he hasn't had, he had Le'Veon, who just laid a giant egg.
Naturally.
Naturally.
Got
Absolutely.
paid.
Yeah, that's all he does at this point. But the biggest factor with New York is you got to look at the leadership, man. I mean, Adam Gase is not a good head coach. We have realized that time and time again.
Chad Morris in the NFL right there.
Yeah, it really is. And also shout out to the Adam Gase, man. Talk about one of the biggest downgrades of the century. You go from an NFL head coach where there's only 32 jobs in the entire world for that position, and you go from that to an OC for a high school.
Man.
Talk about a downgrade. Man. Jesus Christ. But no, I'm loving it, man. I am on the Sam Darnold train right now. Let's keep rocking with it. I love this comeback story right now. Sam Darnold is just shoving middle fingers to the world. And I'll go ahead and hammer it right now. I'm taking Carolina this Thursday night against the Houston Texans, which brings us to our next Bala, who is one of the most unlucky quarterbacks in NFL history. We got Tyrod Taylor, dude. This guy has been playing. He comes into a pretty tough situation. He comes into a tough situation of where, he knows realistically he's going to be the guy. But he's going to be the guy because of the dumb situation with Deshaun Watson. Which also, man, the fact that the Texans have to say every single week that Deshaun is out is just idiotic at this point. I mean, let's be real. I mean, and it's also they're also still taking that hit on their cap too. So the Texans are just in a rough spot, man. Tyrod coming there, he knows realistically, that he's going to be the guy because of the situation with Deshaun. Man, he's making the best of it. And he's playing really well, man. I think it was against the Browns. The dude started off 10 for 10. He started off 10 for 10 before he threw an incompletion. Just like Baker. I think Baker was like 8 for 8 before he threw one. I mean, like, these guys were balling against each other. You know, even going into this game, Baker was sitting there saying up front, yo, Cleveland did not give Tyrod enough respect. You know, they just didn't. With, you know, and Tyrod, man, same thing with Buffalo, your team. Pro Bowler. Helped lead you guys to the playoffs with the backup of Andy Dalton in Cincinnati. You know, Tyrod did work for you guys. You guys were like, all right, get out. We're in rebuild now. You know, he goes to Cleveland. Man gets hurt. Baker comes in, rest is history. Man goes to the Chargers. He gets punctured in the lung by your doctor right before the game. Justin had to go in, rest is history. You know, now he's here in Houston. He's playing some good ball. He's still looking like the Tyrod that we know. He gets hurt. He's going to be out for how long now? We just got that news.
3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks. Now they got the rookie Davis Mills coming in for him.
You know what that means?
Don't tell me it's about to be a repeat. It ain't gonna be a repeat.
He's about to be a superstar.
Davis is.
He's about to be a superstar.
No, I'm not gonna follow the trend this time. I'm not gonna. I don't want to disrespect Davis. All right. I mean, I'm sure Davis is a great guy. I'm sure he's a great quarterback. Whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and hammer this man's about to be a superstar. All right. But man, Tyrod's luck is just legendary. You know, hopefully after these 3 to 6 weeks, whatever, the man comes back. You know, and he comes back, he's able to, you know, get that starting gig right back, and he's able to ball out. You know, I'm hoping that's going to be the case. But even if that is the case, let's be real. Tyrod's going to be one and done. They're going to draft a quarterback next year. You know,
they got Davis Mills.
Davis is not about to be a superstar. Don't do this. If he's about to be a superstar, man, just know that we called it here first on this terrible ass show.
Pick him up on fantasy.
Yeah, pick him up on fantasy to see how he goes. No, when it comes to like this Thursday night game, I think Davis is going to have a rough time. You know, that Carolina defense, that is a sneaky good defense. They got some good pieces in place, and I think the Houston's going to have a rough time not having their general under center with Tyrod Taylor. You know, I mean, T's and P's with Tyrod, dude. I wish this guy had better luck. I really do. I mean, I like Tyrod, man. I liked him at VT. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, this man just has like the worst luck out there. You know, and speaking of worst luck, dude, this past Sunday was just injury filled. All right. I mean, first up, Derek Carr. All right, Derek Carr up first, which brings us to another question here. Do we need to start taking Carr and the Raiders seriously? This man is slinging it. Do we need to start taking them seriously? Because I'm not. I haven't been taking it. I am on Peyton Manning's train from the Manning cast where he was just like, okay, this is it. The first play of your season. This play will tell me everything that I need to know about your season. And Derek throws like an over-the-head incompletion to Darren Waller. And Eli's like, so what'd that tell you? And Peyton's like, 6-11. We're looking at 6-11. I was on that train coming into this year, right? Yeah. But, man, he's slinging it. Like 400-something yards the first week. I think like he either eclipsed 400 again or he got up in the 300s this past week against the Steelers. I mean, do we need to start taking the Raiders seriously? I mean, if Derek Carr is out, that's a different story. But they got Marcus. Let's be real. Yeah. Marcus can still ball. We saw it last year. I mean, what's your thoughts on the Raiders? Do we need to take them serious?
Man, didn't they start out like 5-1 last year?
That is true.
Yeah, don't take them seriously.
Don't take them serious.
Don't take them. That's like Fitzmagic, man. Don't take them serious after like week 7, week 8.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I will also say that's a tough division for them to be in. Yep. You know, honestly, as of right now, I would say both the West divisions are the toughest divisions right now in football. Oh yeah. You know, with the AFC West, of course, you got the Chiefs who just had a very unfortunate loss. Due to a fumble. Shout out to that one. You have the Chargers, of course. Denver's looking sneaky good, but now the Raiders are looking sneaky good. But you're right. We'll see if the Raiders can maintain this, but it also just depends on how long, Carr's going to end up being out. If he's going to be out. I don't think I've seen the actual news that he's going to be out for this Sunday, but I think he could be, but we'll see. I want to say John Gruden was saying he's feeling optimistic that he's going to be able to play. But I mean, hey man, if Carr slings it for another 400 this weekend, hey, we might need to take these Raiders serious. I mean, Carr is playing potentially his best ball right now. He's playing the same level of ball that they were playing when they went to the AFC Championship game where he got injured in the divisional round at the end.
I feel like we say that every single year about the Raiders.
Okay, we might.
I feel like
this one feels a little different.
Maybe
this one feels a little bit different. I don't know.
Last year when they beat the Chiefs, man, everybody's like Super Bowl bound.
Super Bowl bound. Come on now.
Then what they got like 2-6, 2-7. The rest. Yeah, no. I don't know. I ain't buying into them. I'm broke.
I'm not going to jump on the boat yet. Like, I'm jumping on Carolina's boat. I'm jumping on that one. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Darnold and that team. Joe Brady, of course, the OC. But Raiders, I'm just saying, keep an eye on it. We may have to look at jumping on that boat later. You know, we'll let the boat keep on hanging out for now, but we may have to jump on it later. But still talking about the injuries, though, like we already mentioned, Dalton. Baker Mayfield also got hurt, but you know, he came back and finished the game, so it wasn't too serious. Wentz, man, another guy that's like Tyrod and just super unlucky. This man injured both his ankles in one play. Like, my gosh, man, come on. Tua took a pretty nasty shot, had a little bit of a rib injury. Seems like he's going to be out for a little bit. Brandon Graham, torn Achilles tendon, man. He's out for the year. T's and P's of that one, man. I've torn my right Achilles tendon completely. I know that pain. That is a bitch to come back from. So all the best there. Dalvin was hurt. Deontay Johnson got hurt. You know, of course, Tyrod, T.J. Watt, Bradley Chubb, Jarvis Landry was out, and Jarvis was put on IR. You know, for a temporary amount of time. He's not out for the year, but he is on IR. Darrell Henderson, Trey Sermon, Danny Amendola, Taylor Lewan, man, he got hurt in pregame warmups. You know, if that didn't tell you what was going to come out of that game, I don't know what did. Nick Gates for the Giants, you know, he was hurt that Thursday night game. He's out for the year. Brandon Brooks, Tyson Alawala. I mean, man, dude, what is going on right now? The amount of injuries in one Sunday amount of injuries to some star players. What's going on right now?
Man, I was getting Twitter notifications like every 2 minutes
From Adam Schefter.
I was like, there ain't no way. I was like, am I reading this right? Is this the same message?
Yeah.
Back to back to back.
Yeah. I went and checked out. I went on Schefter's feed just to get this list, and I'm just like, God, how far down does this go? What is happening, man? Obviously, T's and P's to everyone. You know, if you're a fan of any of these squads that lost a key player, you know, hopefully your team can kind of, you know, stick with it and bounce back. But man, you know, geez, what a time right now. You know, we don't know the injury status of Trey over in San Fran. You know, we already had Raheem. You know, he's out for the season now. You know, then Eli Mitchell, he didn't play too hot, which, hey, I got that set right. I did say to set Eli in fantasy, got that one right. I just didn't think he was going to be able to do back-to-back hot starts, but man, what a time right now, man. Everyone's getting hurt. You know, speaking of hurt, you know, Mekhi Becton, he did get hurt week 1, and he is set to have knee surgery and expect him back in 4 to 8 weeks. So that'll be good for Zach Wilson up there. I know he's having a tough time, and we did also get the news that Will Fuller is back in Miami at this time, which we know that his was, you know, that was a suspension, right? I believe his was suspension based. Yeah, so he's back over there in Miami right now, which will be a help for the team once he can get back on the field. All right, let's hop over and let's talk some college, man. Let's talk some college games, see how everything went down this past week. Like I said, Michigan State, man, they beat Miami 38-17. Called that one, man. I don't have a lot of faith for this Miami team this year. I always say stuff like that about the Bears and the Canes and stuff, and I always expect people, like other fans, to fire back at me like, oh, you're not a true fan. Yeah. No, I'm just fucking realistic, all right? I mean, I'm a hardcore realist in all aspects of life, and it's just like when I see aspects of like, okay, we're not going to be a good team this year, you know, in the first few weeks, I mean, I acknowledge that we can always bounce back, but when I see, you know, red flag after red flag, it's just like, you know, I know what's coming. I mean, like the past couple seasons for the Bears, I knew after, like last year's a great example. We started 5-0, I think is what it was. I think we were 5-0. Yeah. I was saying to you and Brady all the time that we are the worst 5-0 team in history. Yep. We got so lucky game after game. I mean, we beat the Bucks. Yeah, we beat the Bucks because Tom Brady actually made a fuck up, which he admitted later. Yep. You know, he admitted in an interview. He's just like, yeah, for like the first time in my career, I thought it was 4th down, but we were just on 4th down. He's like, I don't know how I did. Like, we were 5-0, but like I knew for a fact, and like I would encounter people at work. So, oh man, your Bears are 5-0. Are you excited? No, I'm not excited. We're gonna start losing here in like week 6. It's all gonna go downhill from there. Yeah, we made it to the playoffs thanks to the, you know, the expansion, you know, basically. And then, of course, we lose the first game, not surprisingly. You know, I mean, I'm just realistic, man. So when it comes to Michigan State beating Miami, I'm not trying to be negative. It's just Miami's not showing me they're a good team. But, hey, your squad, Penn State, man, they beat Auburn 28-20 now. I want to say I saw you guys are pretty high in the rankings now, right?
Yeah, we moved up to number 6.
Yeah, you guys had a little bump up there, man. Penn State's looking pretty solid. I did see some rumors about James Franklin potentially wanting to go to USC.
You see that every year.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not the case, man. He's done a lot for Penn State. Hopefully you guys can hang on to him.
Yeah, we're expected to win now, and it's really, really weird because we get there, but we don't get there. You know what I mean? Right. Like, we're knocking on the door, but ain't nobody opening the door for us.
Yeah, hopefully James will be the one to open the door for you guys for sure.
Eventually.
Yeah. Some other teams that Tyler and I like to follow. We got Notre Dame beating Purdue 27-13. We got Fresno State beating UCLA 40-37. Right after UCLA kind of had a hot start these first few weeks, they even beat LSU. UCLA got ranked, and then turn around they get beat by Fresno State. I mean, it is what it is,
Naturally.
right? Yeah, naturally. Washington did beat Arkansas State 52-3, like we mentioned earlier. San Jose State beat Hawaii 17-14. We got to figure out that quarterback situation down in Hawaii, man. We got to figure out the quarterback situation.
Hey, on a good note, next year y'all play Vandy week 0.
Yeah, week 0.
Hey, there's a win.
Yeah, Vandy's coming to us. Let's get that dub. And then Louisville, man, they beat UCF in a last-minute shocker. 42-35. It came down to literally, I think it was like a fumble or interception. I can't remember what it was. That's on me. I'm a great host of this terrible ass show. But I mean, it came down to the last second. I saw people tweeting, it's like, "Hey, UFC fans, you want to talk about it?" As soon as I saw those tweets, I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" We got some other notable games going on. Bama did beat Florida 31-29. Florida put up a good fight there. West Virginia beat their rival VT 27-21. BYU beat Arizona State in a ranked battle there 27-17. And Wake Forest beat Florida State 35-14. You love to see it.
Thank you, Jesus.
You love to see it. It's another great week in college football, ladies and gentlemen. Florida State took the L. Love to see that, man. If you haven't noticed, we are not Florida State fans here on this show. So shout out to Wake Forest on that one. I've already got it set for my prediction that Florida State's going to lose again. I'm going to keep riding this train, Bubba. Let's keep going with it. Looking at week 4, in my case, Miami should get an easy dub here. If we lose, I mean, it's beyond done. No, we're not even going to a bowl game, but we were playing Central Connecticut. It's coming down to Miami. We should get a dub there.
I think they're a little bit better than actual Connecticut.
That's true, dude, man. What's going UConn, man? They didn't play ball last year. Let's keep that in mind. They played no ball last year. They canceled the season due to COVID, of course. But, man, UConn, at what point do you just drop out of FBS? They already dropped out of American Conference. Now they're an independent. But at what point do you just drop down to the FCS? Kind of like Idaho did. Idaho, sorry.
Yep.
Idaho did it.
Iowa.
Yeah, I said Idaho. I don't even know what I was trying to say there, man. But Idaho did that. New Mexico State did that. New Mexico's still rocking in the FBS, but they're not great either. But, at what point does UConn just call it good and just drop down? I mean, I don't think they will, simply because you got to look at their other sports. Basketball is a great – it's a great college for basketball. They drop down to FCS, they're just going to lose a lot of money. That's what it comes down to. I feel like at this point for UConn, they're happier getting their shit wrecked and making money than going down to FCS and doing well and making less money. Because they're playing in the FBS, they're going to continually just make money. Because they're going to get paid by schools like, "Hey, can we come kick your ass this week?" Like, "Yeah, sure, man. Give us the cash. Come beat our ass. Let's rock with it." They're a tune-up school. That's what they are at this point.
Yeah.
But I have seen some talks of people just like, "Man, just drop. They ain't gonna drop. Because then it's gonna potentially impact everything." And that's what they don't want to do, because they are good in other aspects. You got Villanova coming to number 6 Penn State. That's gonna be a beatdown. You guys are about to beat the dog shit out of Villanova.
I don't know, man. Villanova's pretty good.
On.
They're pretty good in the FCS.
They're good in the FCS. They ain't about to touch Penn State.
Hey, mentioning FCS, hold up. We gotta talk about Rand Heffley and
and
Presbyterian. Oh my! Hey, talk about a reality check right there.
Yeah, that was
72-0. Was that 72-0?
Yeah, I think it was around there. Yeah, I know they didn't score TD.
Man,
I know they didn't score TD.
How you go 10 passing touchdowns week 1? You go 5 or 6 passing touchdowns week 2, and then you throw 6 interceptions in week 3 and get just blown out. This is all bad.
Honestly, that's a school that we want to support from afar because of Ren Heffley, because of the head coach, whatever. That's because of the ties of where we live and everything. So we want to support them from afar and everything. But I do feel like that was a good thing to see for that team, because you the way you put it is the best way to put it. It's a reality check, and I just went back to look. It is 72-0. Ren threw 6 interceptions. So I'm glad this loss happened for him, because I do feel like they were riding too much of a high, especially because of week 1. I mean, that was the guy's first college game. This college coach, this coach, has literally making national headlines as a high school coach because of his approach to the game, where he does not kick and he does not punt.
I mean, you're a high school coach, and one of your best friends is Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And Bill Belichick knows your name.
Yes.
Man,
Yes, exactly.
Man.
Yeah,
You can't be losing 72 to nothing though.
exactly. So I feel like this was a good reality check, and I think they can bounce back. I think they're going to bounce back. They're going to be okay. It's just one of those things. It's like I saw Aaron Rodgers talking about this with their beatdown week 1. I saw him talking about this on the Pat McAfee show. Hey, they got their ass kicked week 1. That's fine. He said that it just kind of gave them a check that that's all good. Because the way that he described it, which I've never thought of it this way as a fan, of course, and I think this is a great way to put it, is that Aaron was talking about how he believes that every season you really need to come in and learn how to win again.
Yep.
Don't come in just thinking you're going to be hot shit because of what you did last year. Come in and relearn how to win. So, and it's kind of the same thing here with them. I think they did lose 72 to nothing, but I think they'll bounce back. But no, Villanova, though, they're going to get beat down by Penn State. Going to go ahead and call that one there. We do have number 12, Notre Dame playing.
You got a score? You got a score prediction?
Like 60-something to 7. We'll go with that.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You think we're going to score 60?
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking like 40. 41. You think our offense is that good?
I'd put it, 50s or 60s, yeah. I just don't think Villanova's that good.
Man, I'm going to say it's going to probably be like 38 to 21.
Really? You think they're going to put up 21 against you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why? Because we just going, hey, we already got the win. Might as well just
be lazy about it.
Yep. Chad Morrissette.
Left
lane hammered down. We just got a speeding ticket.
Hey, shout out to Chad, man. Back to high school coaching in Texas.
Taking that loss. First loss at home in like 4 years or something.
Yeah. Hey.
It happened like a month ago, but,
it is what it is.
I'm not going to research it. It's a terrible fucking show anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We don't research very much things here. Some other games we got going on. Number 12, Notre Dame going up against number 18, Wisconsin in Wisconsin. That should actually be a pretty good game there.
Hey, that's a homecoming for Notre Dame's quarterback because that's where he's from is Wisconsin.
Yep. So. That'll be a very good game. That'll be one to check out for sure. We do have number 24 UCLA going over to check out Stanford. Arkansas State is going to Tulsa. Tulsa, who put up a little bit of a fight this past weekend, for sure. Hawaii is going to New Mexico State. Hopefully we can get a dub there. UCF is on a bye, and then I would say the only super notable game this week, besides the Notre Dame Wisconsin, I would say is going to be number 7 Texas A&M at number 16 Arkansas. I feel like that's but that one's in Texas, right? Is that at Dallas Cup?
Yeah, Jerry's World.
Yeah, that's in Jerry's World. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. Let's go through our predictions, man. I got Wisconsin beating Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame's one of your squads, man, but I just don't. Notre Dame hasn't really shown me a lot of why they're a good team. That's how I feel towards Miami. I know. How I feel towards Miami is how I feel towards Notre Dame, but not as severe.
Yeah.
With Miami, it was a very severe, we are not a good team. But with Notre Dame, they're a good team. I think they'll be ranked by the time the season's over. I just don't think they're number 12 in the nation. I think Wisconsin's going to get this dub. I do have Texas A&M beating Arkansas. I have Michigan State beating Nebraska, unranked Nebraska. Michigan State is now ranked number 20. I got them beating Nebraska by 3 TDs. That's the only reason why I wanted to throw that one in there is because I got a beat down coming. Because I think it's Scott Frost, right, up in Nebraska. I think he's definitely on the hot seat. After week 1 when you lose to Brett Bielema's Illinois, and then Illinois turns around and loses the second week to kind of a crap school, right? Scott Frost, to me, he is on the hot seat. He hasn't really done shit for Nebraska the whole time he's been there. They've had a couple of stints where it's like, okay, yeah, we could be okay, maybe, yeah. But I think Michigan State's about to take Nebraska and just beat the crap out of them, man. And I actually had I got Louisville beating Florida State. Louisville's riding that high after beating UCF, and Florida State, man, they just look like crap. I'm taking Louisville. So those are my 4 predictions this week, man. Tyler, what you got lined up for us?
Man, I got a big upset of the week.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like this team always catches somebody slipping. North Carolina State over Clemson.
That's a big one. Clemson ranked number 9. They're going to Clemson. That if you call that upset, that's a big one.
They always catch somebody slipping. They're never a good team,
right?
But man, everybody always overlooks them, and they catch at least one person. Usually it's Florida State. Usually it's like I don't know, North Carolina. But they gonna get DJ Uga. God damn it! Fuck me. Man, I had his name for like a whole month, and I just Uyangale. God damn it, boy! You're looking at me, mess me up, man. Because dude, you was looking at me and you're like, you about to bomb this.
Yep.
DJ Uyangale.
Hey, yo, shout out. That's better than me. I was trying to name him after a Pokemon. I mean, we got the Pokemon in Gen 3, Galele. I was trying to name him after that, like Galele. I was going to call. I was like, hey, it looks kind of similar. Let's go off that. I didn't even try to actually sound it out. So, hey, you're doing better than me.
Uyangalele.
But that's going to be a big upset, man. Do you see a lot of problems at a DJ, though? Let's be real. Do you see it, man? You know Clemson's missing Trevor. I mean, that's obvious. Yeah. But do you see the problems at DJ? I didn't think DJ looked good the one game he played last year. Yeah. I don't think he's played super great this year. I mean, do you think he's going to be the guy, or do you think he's going to get just shafted?
Nah, I wouldn't. He's just a name, pretty much.
I feel like he's just going to get shafted pretty quickly. He's not going to be like a Kelly Bryant where he played like a season or two and then he just got shafted by Trevor or whatever. I don't think it's going to be like that, but I think DJ's going to get shafted pretty quick.
Yeah. They'll find somebody to replace him.
Yeah. What else you got for your predictions?
Man, I got Blake Anderson, Logan Bonner. They're going to go ahead and beat Boise State.
I'd love to see that, man. Shout out to Blake Anderson.
This is Utah State, just for people that don't
Utah
know.
State, yeah.
And then I'm gonna take Notre Dame just because quarterback played at Wisconsin.
Right.
Now he's playing against Wisconsin at Wisconsin.
You got to take it. So me and you are definitely on opposite sides of this one this week.
Mainly because I don't really care about Wisconsin, and I kind of care about Notre Dame. So I hate Wisconsin, man.
Got to ride with it.
Oh, Bert Bielema.
Yeah.
Bielema.
Yep.
But Notre Dame. Go ahead and bump them up a little bit. And then let's talk about this trash SEC team. They're just there for baseball, pretty much.
They're there for baseball, and they're there to indicate that the SEC actually cares about academics. They're like, hey, look, we care about academics. We got Vandy. Clearly, we care about academics.
This is the team that you always want to see on your schedule if you're in the SEC West.
Yep.
But man, Georgia's about the 56-0 one probably.
56. I mean, I can see that, dude. Georgia's hot right now, man.
Yeah, Vandy's not scoring no points against them.
56-0. 56-0. Okay, mark that one down.
Easy win.
Now, I'm surprised you didn't actually throw out a prediction for Texas A&M and Arkansas. Do you got anything for that?
History shows Arkansas going to lose.
That's true.
But, man, I want to pick Arkansas because, man, Sam Pittman is
electric.
That's the man right there. He's going to turn the damn jukebox on Saturday. But, man.
Like I said, I'm riding with A&M. I'm riding with A&M on this one.
I'm not taking A&M just because Jimbo Fisher, Florida State.
That's
so
fair.
you know,
fair.
Hey, I'm just gonna take Arkansas, man. I don't even care.
Okay,
Arkansas's got like a linebacker as a quarterback, Cam Newton 2.0.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, so you riding with Arkansas on that one. I'm gonna ride with A&M. Any more college thoughts before we move on to our NFL picks?
Nah, I don't even feel like looking anything up, man.
All right, I'm gonna throw, I guess, one more thought here. I'm gonna say Hawaii is going to barely beat New Mexico State, who's garbage. We're going to barely beat them, man. We're going to skeet out. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's hop over to our NFL picks. I already hammered it earlier for Thursday Night Football. We do have Carolina going to Houston. I'm riding with Carolina. I'm riding with Sammy Darnold, man. Let's roll with it. I'm riding with it. That's who I'm picking. Who you going with?
Same thing, man.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to, especially since your boy Tyrod's not in. If your boy Tyrod was in, I would probably still pick Carolina, but it'd be a tougher decision.
You would actually have to think about that.
Exactly. It would. I'd probably still pick Carolina, though, but you would have to think about it. But with Davis's first start against, I don't see it happening, man.
Superstar.
I know. Let's hop over to our noon games. We got first up Indianapolis at Tennessee. How are we feeling on that one?
Derrick Henry's about to
pop off.
Man. I mean, he popped off last week.
He did.
So, Derrick Henry, he probably going to have like 2 fantasy points. And
it's hit or miss.
No, yeah, Tennessee, they're going to win.
Yeah, I'm riding with Tennessee on that one too. Atlanta and the Giants, both teams look like garbage flat out. So this one, I've already like pre-wrote a couple of picks down over here just because I feel really good about it. But this is one that I have no idea. I've been sitting here racking my brain on who I want to pick. Man, I think I'm going to ride with Atlanta on this one. I just don't think I don't think the Giants are a good team in the slightest. I think Daniel Jones is not the guy flat out. I don't like what I see out of the Giants right now. I'm going with Atlanta.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley hasn't really done anything.
Yeah,
so
he ain't looking like that number 2 overall pick.
Nah, yeah, man, I'm gonna take Atlanta. And Jeremy, if you're listening, I ain't got nothing negative to say about him. So listen next week.
All right, what about the Chargers going to KC? This is going to be a damn good game.
It is. It's probably going to be they're probably going to score over 85 combined points.
85. I don't know about that one.
Hey, they're going to put some points up.
Hey, I will say, if you are in a sports book state where you can go bet whatever, I definitely would probably take the over, whatever it is. I don't know what the over is off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I would bet the over is like somewhere in the 45s to 50s. I'd go ahead and hammer the over. I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
55.
55 is the over.
55.
Okay.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy for them.
Yeah, I think I definitely hammer the over on that one for sure. I can't wait for us to get mobile betting here. I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna be betting every week. It's gonna be a dangerous habit, but man, we're gonna ride with it. Let's do it. But I'm gonna roll with KC on this one. They had that unfortunate loss against Baltimore, and Lamar getting his first dub against the Chiefs this past Sunday night. I think the Chiefs are gonna bounce back. I think it will be a close game. If you've got either of these defenses, sit them. That's one of my. Go ahead and lock that as a fantasy lock right now. Sit both these defenses. But I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs on this one. Let's roll with it.
Easy Chiefs.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. How you feeling on this one? Man, Joe Burrow had a hell of a Sunday against the Bears. This man threw 3 interceptions in a row and then followed with 2 TDs in a row. It's just like, what the hell, man? And that's the first time he's thrown an interception 199 games. The fact that he threw them, in a row, back to back, whatever. It's insane. Do you think that the Bengals are going to bounce back? I know Bengals is one of your squads you like to follow because Tyler Boyd and everything. Do you think they're going to bounce back against this Pitt team, or do you think Pitt's going to kind of keep on rocking with it?
I really hope so because I got Tyler Boyd in fantasy, and
true.
Hopefully I have Joe Mixon a little later, maybe.
Yeah, me and Tyler, we are working out a deal. We're trying. We're trying. I got some players that I want from him.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincy just in case.
Okay, Cincy. Man, this is a tough one.
It is a division game.
It is a division game. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with Pitt. I'm gonna roll with Pitt. Fuck you. Chicago at Cleveland. Justin Fields' first start as an NFL quarterback.
You gonna take him?
Man, like I said, I went 8-1 last week for my noon games. The Bears being the one that I did not get right. I picked the Bengals last week. Just out of good faith for what's going to potentially come for the Chicago Bears, I'm hammering it. Let's pick the Bears. I'm going to rock with them. I will also point out, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see it on the screen. The Browns is one of the teams that I like to follow. The Browns I consider my second overall favorite team in the league as a whole. I like the Brownies. It's going to be a good game for me to watch. It's a noon game. I'm looking forward to checking it out on Sunday Ticket. Really, really excited to see how this game goes, and I'm really pumped to see how Justin Fields plays. I'm going to pick Chicago. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Cleveland just because you picked Chicago.
I respect that pick, though.
And last week I picked Chicago, and you didn't pick them, and they won. So
you see a trend, potentially.
I see a trend. Plus, I just want to pick something that you don't pick.
Oh, fuck you.
Just so I can be like, fuck you, dude. Trade me.
Trade you. Hey, we're working out on a trade, man. I want Hawk the Cock. Let's get Hawk the Cock my way. Maybe get David Montgomery my way. We're going to get something worked out.
We need to work out like a 3-team trade. I just don't know nobody that has a tight end I want. Other than
Waller that you'll never get.
I don't know.
You ain't getting Waller from him, flat out. That's a Raiders fan. That's a Raiders fan who has Waller, who's like the number 2 team in our league right now. You ain't getting Waller from him. I don't care. You can send him the bank, and you ain't getting Waller from him just because he's. It'd be the same equivalent if shout out, rest in peace. Shout out to Larry, our former fantasy team member who passed away earlier this year. He was a diehard Raiders fan. If he was in that situation, he had Waller. You ain't getting Waller, flat out. No. That's my boy Nate right now with Waller. You ain't getting him. It ain't happening, man. Next up, we got Baltimore, who's coming off that big dub against KC. They're heading over to Detroit to play Motor City. Dan Campbell. I got to go with Baltimore. I got to go with Baltimore on this one.
I want to pick Detroit just to pick them, but man. I'm not trying to catch a loss. I'm going to take Baltimore.
All right, next up, New Orleans at New England. Jameis did not look too hot this past week. How you feeling on this one? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to rock with New England on this.
I'm gonna take famous Jameis just because I don't really care. Famous Jameis. Yeah, go ahead and get the Patriots some losses,
Yeah. Arizona at Jacksonville, easy. Arizona.
Easy.
Next up, we have Washington coming to Buffalo. I'm rocking Buffalo on this one.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll show you my paper. I put Washington at first, and then I was like, "Hold up, Fitzmagic's not there."
Yeah, he ain't there. It's Tyler Heineke, who apparently forgot how to run.
Yeah, so Buffalo. Let's bag it up. 2 shutouts in a row.
Yeah,
probably not, but shit happens.
The Jets going to Denver. Denver. Easy. Miami going to Vegas. Carr should be playing, from my understanding. Tua's going to be out for a little bit. Man, I got to rock Vegas.
Who's Tua's backup?
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Vegas.
Damn. That's insulting the good old, former NC State Wolfpack quarterback there. Next up, we have Seattle going to see Minnesota. Minnesota put up a damn good fight against Arizona. I will be honest there. They did. I was watching the end of that game, and they were putting up a hell of a fight. But, man, as it normally does. See, okay, Seattle and Vegas. Let's compare these two. Vegas had like a hot start last year, and then they really dropped off. Seattle normally always has a hot start, and they drop off from the hot start, but they don't drop off and be bad. Yep. They just drop off and be kind of mediocre. So we're still in that hot start phase for Seattle. Russell Wilson's my favorite QB in the league. Man, I'm gonna rock Seattle. Let's go with it.
Yeah, Seattle. They got too many weapons. I'm gonna take Seattle.
Tampa Bay at the Rams. This is going to be a very good game, I think. This is going to be a very good game. I'm really pumped to watch Stafford and Brady go at it. How you feeling on this one?
Tampa.
Okay. I want to pick Tampa. That was who I actually had written down already. But, man, I'm kind of flirting with the Rams. I think the Rams, I do think they're a really good squad. I like what I'm seeing out of Stafford. This is a tough defense, though, with Tampa Bay. But, hey, Rams got a tough defense, too. I'm changing my pick. I'm going to go with the Rams, also just to be different from you. Because if not, we were going to have the same 4 afternoon games, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're just trying to get wins, all right? We're trying to get wins. We got to go with our guts.
I'm not even going to lie to you. I just marked out Tampa Bay, wrote down the Rams. Then you said that. Then I had to mark them out again. I had to put Tampa Bay back. Man, because I got three? I got 3 damn Rams on my team in fantasy.
Yeah.
But Henderson's hurt. So,
yeah, he is. I think it's going to be a good game. I think this is a game where you could take the over. Honestly, I think it's going to be a good sling out. Sunday Night Football, this is a tough one to pick.
Yeah.
This is a tough one to pick because of history. Because of history of San Fran just running over Green Bay.
Once again, I wrote down a pick and I changed them. But I'm going to listen to your pick first.
This is so tough, dude. At some point you want to believe that the Packers are going to finally get the monkey off their back and beat the 49ers. Because the 49ers, man, every single time the Packers come to 49, they come to Green Bay, the Packers like, oh, we're going to be ready next time. Then they're never ready, and they do what they do to them, man. I think I'm going to roll with the Packers. I got Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback in fantasy. I'm going to roll with the Packers. I need that fantasy dub. Let's get it. I'm going to roll with the Packers. But if they lose, it will not shock me in the slightest.
Yeah. I wish I had Aaron Jones, but, people don't want to trade him for some reason.
Yep.
Now they're realizing why I wanted to trade him.
Yep.
I tried so many times to get Aaron Jones.
Who has Aaron Jones right now?
Somebody that's probably declined about 45 of my trade offers. Can't remember who it is, though. But, yeah, my other fantasy dude, I was trying to gun for him. I tried to send Kamara and everything. It wasn't working. And they're like, man, why you want Aaron Jones so bad? So I'm like, don't worry about it. And then he has four touchdowns on Monday night. I'm like, you see why?
Yeah, now you get it.
But, yeah, I'm going to go San Fran,
And then we have Monday Night Football taking place with the NFC least. We have Philadelphia going to Dallas. Dallas did get a dub over the Chargers this past weekend. Kind of a shocker there. How we feeling on this game?
Man, Hurts
he's balling.
Hey,
I love to see it, man.
Hey, he
love it.
Making my fantasy team look good now that I missed out on every single quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because some people decided to want to draft 2 damn quarterbacks before me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's whatever, though.
He's so salty about Justin Herbert, man. My guy Nate drafted Stafford, and then he just drafted Herbert later as backup.
The pick before me, too, man.
Yeah.
I would.
Hurts is working out for you, though.
I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even pick Hurts. It happened because I panicked because dude got Herbert. And I was the next pick, and I was like, damn, I didn't even look at the quarterbacks because obviously you ain't going to take a second quarterback when you got Stafford, who's probably going to be the MVP. But, hey, that's whatever. I'll take Philly.
Taking Philly. All right. I am going to rock with Dallas on this one.
You going to catch an L?
I'm going to rock with Dallas. If I catch an L, I welcome it, dude. I like Jalen, so I would welcome that L. but I'm gonna take Dallas in that
Yeah.
one.
Fuck you, Brady.
All right, let's look at our fantasy league standings real quick. We only got 2 people left undefeated. Your brother Tony, he's 2-0, beat the absolute crap out of me, man. My team did not show up. He beat the crap out of me. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers, for making it a little bit closer than what it was initially going into Monday night. Because I also had my tight end for Robert Tonyan. He got a TD, so that helped make it a little bit closer of a beatdown.
I really can't even talk crap because I'm about to play him this week, and
Your brother?
yeah, it's about to be.
Yeah, he's about to beat the crap out of you, dude.
Damn.
You're about to have a rough time. We need to get a trade done.
We really do.
Yeah, we need to. Well, look, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and air this out on the show. You sent me some trades. I'll be up front. Those trades are dog shit.
Y'all know.
All right, good.
I was at work, dog. I ain't had no service. I was in the back room, had no service. I couldn't even listen to music. Couldn't listen to no podcasts. I couldn't listen to nothing. I could barely even get the app to work.
Right.
But hey, it's whatever.
Yeah. He sent me 3 trades, and all of them were dog shit. I looked at these. I'm like, this motherfucker's at it again.
I'm just trying to give you Justin Fields, dog.
See, I mean, the thing, I don't know if I want Justin Fields. I don't know. I'm pretty content with Aaron Rodgers right now, and we don't know how Justin's going to be. It's one of those things I wouldn't mind him as insurance, but I know there was one trade where you were trying to trade me 2 of your starters, Justin and fucking Zach Ertz, and in return, I'm trading you 4 starters, and I'm like, what is this dumb shit that he's asking for?
They're only starters because they're on your team.
No, they're all can be some quality players, man. Like, I mean, what are you talking about?
Oh man, now you got me. I gotta look at this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it too. I don't trust you, you son of a bitch. See what we got going on.
Man, you ain't even starting Sutton. Come on now.
I should have. Honestly, it's your fault. I asked you. I'm like, which one of these do you start? You said Cooks, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do that. But I was thinking to myself, man, I should have started Sutton, man. He was sticking out to me. I even said start him on my picks.
Yep.
And the dude puts up 30-something points, and I'm like, God damn it, man. But I mean, these aren't too bad. I mean, obviously Robert, tight end, that's kind of the worst one of the bunch. But I mean, these guys, they're not bad. I mean, let's be real. Come on.
Well,
they're good flexes.
I'm trying to give you Carson, Montgomery,
Hawk
the Cock, and Woods. For basically Kamara and DK. Because, I'm not going to start Tanyan. Tanyan's going to get dropped as soon as that trade would have went through anyway. I'm starting Ertz.
Yeah, I bet you will start Ertz. Anyway, back to the fantasy league standings. Nate, he is 2-0 as well. My boy Dave is 1-1. Tyler, you're 1-1 in 4th. Brady's 1-1 in 5th. Jimmy's 1-1 in 6th. I'm 1-1 in 7th, man. My team just didn't put up any points. J-Max 1-1 in 8th. And Brandon and Andrew 9th and 10th at 0-2.
Naturally.
Yep. Any quick fantasy thoughts for this week? Starts, sets, trades, drops, ads that you would take a look at for anyone? I would say, go ahead and sit both the Chargers and KC defense. If you can, pick up Carolina defense. I did that personally. Playing Houston. Pretty much any team playing against the Jets, pick up that defense. In this case, this week is Denver, which a lot of teams are already going to have as it is. So those are definitely some defensive starts I'd look at there. Other than that, I know people may be wanting to, like Bears fans especially, may want to ride that high if Justin Fields about to start, but I'd go ahead and sit Justin. I would not start him against Cleveland.
So what you're telling me is I should start Justin Fields?
I mean, go ahead and start him. Go ahead, man. Start him. I wouldn't, but go ahead. Go ahead, dude. I would not start Jared Goff this week. Jared Goff, I would definitely not start him. I wouldn't start Jameis. I know you're riding in New Orleans, but bench Jameis if you got him. I know he's put up some points week 1, but you leave that as it is. Let's see who else. I like Harris with Pittsburgh going against Cincinnati defense. I do like that one personally. Kyler Murray, that's an obvious one though. I mean, always start Kyler at this point. Kyler, I'm still hammering it, man. That's an MVP candidate in my mind. I like some Bills players starting this week for sure. If Derek Carr is available to play, start that dude against Miami. Start him. This man's about to sling and put up 450 against Miami. Go ahead and start that for sure. Bench both Tampa Bay and Rams defense. I'm not super confident in those, but it is a terrible show. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, obviously. But that's all I've got off the top of my head. Yeah, obviously. That's all I've got off the top of my head. I'll definitely put up some more picks Sunday morning over at our Twitter at TerribleFB Show. Tyler, did you have any quick thoughts here for fantasy?
Man, I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
Okay, go on a limb.
Javonte Williams, start him.
Ooh, okay.
They're playing the Jets.
Yeah.
So hey, eventually he's got to pop off.
Is Javonte the current starter or is it Melvin?
That is a good question. I ain't gonna. He's been on my bench in both of my leagues, and I only have him because I know he's gonna be the starter eventually. Man, hold on, I'm gonna look. He's splitting the carries
with Melvin. Yeah,
he's outperforming them, and he is.
Melvin's dropped the hell off. Melvin holds out, and just like Le'Veon, that killed Melvin's career.
Yeah, do not let your kids grow up to be a running back.
Yeah.
And expect money.
Yep.
Wide receivers where it's at.
Yep, wide receivers. Yeah, you see. I mean, look at Larry Fitt. Larry Fitt played like what? He just wrapped up like what, a 17, 18-year career.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. Don't do running back, man. That's a short career. I mean, it is baffling. It really is. I mean, you look at Todd Gurley, who just still is unemployed. You look at Le'Veon, how much he's fallen. Melvin Gordon. I mean, these guys aren't even 10-year pros. I mean, that's a tough market being a running back.
Damn, I feel old, man.
Right?
So I remember them coming up in college, and I'm just like, damn, how did this happen?
Right.
Like,
right?
God, damn, man, I need a damn wheelchair after this shit.
All right, but yeah, Javonte Williams started them against the Jets is probably like a flex spot, right?
Yeah.
What else you feeling? Got anything else to top your head? I know you're always going to push for Josh Allen and your boy Diggs. I know you're going to push for those at all times, but
and Boyd.
And Boyd, yeah.
The only bad thing about Boyd is it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they locked us down week 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on, fuck it. Start Tyler Boyd if you got him. Eventually, he's got to pop off like he usually does.
Right.
And then if you got Jalen Hurts in fantasy, try and trade for Devontae Smith because they're going to be a dynamic duo for the rest of the year.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good trade.
There's a guy that if you have, please do not start him, Darrell Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he's hurt a little bit, hurt his ribs. You're a running back, you gotta use your ribs.
Right.
You gotta breathe, man.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing they got like 900 receivers over there looking pretty boy Cup and Woods and all that.
Woods is one that I would try to trade. Because I think as we are seeing now, and just from stories and stuff between Stafford and Kupp building the relationship, this is going to be Cooper Kupp's show. This is Cooper Kupp's show. Woods is one that if you have, maybe try to sell him now.
I'm trying.
I know you're trying to sell
him.
You're trying to sell him to me. You're trying to sell him
Ain't
to
nobody else listening to me.
You're trying to sell him to me.
They see my name pop up. They don't even look at it anymore. Decline.
Get this shit out of here.
Decline. Man, I'm still pissed. I got an offer, and I didn't even see it. And the only reason I seen it because he declined it.
Right.
Declined his own offer.
Yeah, he pulled it out.
That's tough, man.
Yeah, it is tough. Yeah.
I was pissed off the rest of the night on that one.
Yeah. I bet you were. I know you're always hungry for a trade.
Especially a Penn State boy, Barkley.
Yeah.
Man. So I tried to send that shit back. He got declined. Like, how you going to decline the same offer, boy?
He just changed his mind, man. He's just like, I'm not really feeling this trade. I'm sure now he might be wishing he did, though. Because Barkley, I think Barkley's in for a rough season. I'll be honest.
Send him to my team, man. I'm trying to do it all, and I'm still trying.
I know you are.
He's not even starting them. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, boy.
Tyler's itching for a trade, man. He lives off these trades. It's like cocaine for him.
I don't even care about fantasy. Just let me trade, man.
Right.
I just want to trade. They need to have a song about trading.
I'm sure you can write one.
I'm not going to sing it, though.
We'll hire a singer.
Damn. You got that much money?
No. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I know someone who can sing okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
There's probably somebody on the other podcast.
I'll add it to the effect board.
Probably somewhere on the other podcast. Somebody could probably sing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Ain't no big deal. We'll get it done.
It's going to be the intro.
Yeah.
For all the shows.
Yeah.
Just because,
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Like I said, go follow us at Twitter at TerribleFB where you can get more fantasy thoughts and see how terrible of predictions that we throw out there every single Sunday. Tyler, you got any last thoughts before we get out of here, man?
How about this? If you got Rondell Moore in your waiver wire, just pick him up.
Snag him.
Might as well,
Mm-hmm.
College is throwing it to everybody.
Right.
And what about your boy Patterson? He used to play for Chicago over there.
Yeah.
Running back, wide receiver. Don't even know what he is.
Yeah, over there in Atlanta.
Damn, Jeremy, I hate to do this to you. How y'all gonna have Mike Davis and you got a damn receiver as your running back? Come on, man.
Make sure that he listens to the show so he can.
He listens every week. He texts me as soon as it's over.
Hey, shout out to you, Jeremy. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah. Did you butcher any names other than me? Uyungale?
I mean, I butchered Idaho earlier.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, I know, right? Other than that, I think it was. I mean, look, hey, Jeremy, if you are listening right now, you should definitely. I mean, only if you're just for the sake of it, just for the fact, definitely check out AniMan Plus. Because my God, do I butcher some names over there? It's part of the charm at this point. As like I told you, Tyler, I'm at a point now where I go out of my way to not learn how to pronounce these names just because it's part of my charm on this terrible show. Just see something and wing it. I'm like, well, maybe this. I don't know. You know, it happens. My tongue gets twisted. You know, my brain's running at 100 miles an hour right now running the show. It happens.
And this week I'm actually looking at you, so
yeah.
I can stress you out a little bit, like you did.
Look, I don't get stressed. I don't get stressed with someone in here, man.
Man, I get stressed to hell if somebody's staring at me. Because I'm like, man, I cannot stare at people. And you're looking at me. I'm trying to talk. Can't do it.
Nah, I don't get stressed about it, man. You got to keep in mind, I got Zach in here twice a week for 2 shows. And I will have John in here sometimes. And I had my boy Jimmy and John in here. I had 4 people in here at times. I had my boy Jared in here.
You got a whole ass party.
Yeah, I've had Josh in here, man. I've had people in here, man.
Man, I just need to show up just to watch, man. Just to watch.
That's why we got the beanbag. This is a $200 beanbag. Prop up and relax.
Let's roll.
Shout out to the Ultimate Sack. The Ultimate Sack is very comfortable. But yeah, just roll up in here and just kick back, relax, have a good time. You know, we got Spark Bark on the way. Shout out to that. Spark Bark is Sparky 3 Shoot the Shit, Have a Good Time podcast. That's on the way. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, though. Like I said, go follow us on Twitter at TerribleFB Show so you can stay up to date with everything going on with this show, everything going on with the game, fantasy locks, everything along those lines. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you could. We'd greatly appreciate that. Give us a like on the video. Comment down below any of your thoughts on anything that we talked about here. Call us out on any of our bullshit. And then, of course, if you could, go check out my other podcasts, Lighthearted Gamers, AniMan Plus. Support us on Patreon if you can. Don't feel obligated. Just be a friend, tell a friend, listen to the show. With that said, hopefully you have a phenomenal weekend. Hopefully all of your teams do absolutely incredible, unless you're the Packers, unless you're the Florida State Seminoles, and I hope you do terrible. Mostly Florida State. Right now, like with the Packers, man, I'm here for money with the fantasy league. So as much as I would like to see the Packers be bad, I got to get the money. But with that said, guys, the music track's almost over, so we need to get out of here. All right, see you.
All right, then.